Module Overview. This final module critically examines the evolving landscape of art in the 21st century and beyond, emphasizing the integration of technology, innovation, and interdisciplinary practices in contemporary artistic production. In an increasingly digitized, data-driven, and globalized world, the boundaries between art, science, media, and technology are dissolving, giving rise to hybrid creative expressions that challenge conventional definitions of art. The digital turn, expanding the canvas. The digital turn in art refers to the explosion of software-based tools, platforms, and interactive media that allow for 2D and 3D digital illustration, motion graphics and animation, generative art using algorithms and code, digital sculpting and modeling with tools like Blender and ZBrush, interactive art built with JavaScript, Unity, or Touch Designer. This shift has democratized art production, allowing artists without traditional training or institutional backing to create, exhibit, and distribute work through social media, online galleries, and digital communities. Digital art's ephemerality, replicability, and adaptability challenge traditional notions of permanence and authenticity. Artificial intelligence and machine creativity. AI is no longer just a tool, but a collaborator in the creative process. Systems like DALL-E, Midjourney, Runway, Google Deep Dream, and ChatGPT can generate visual, textual, and even musical content autonomously or semi-autonomously. AI raises profound questions. Can machines be artists? What is the role of human intention in AI-assisted art? How does AI change the meaning of authorship and originality? Artists like Refik Anadol, Mario Klingemann, and Sofia Crespo use neural networks and data sets to train art systems, blurring the line between data science and imagination. Blockchain, NFTs, and the new art economy. The rise of non-fungible tokens, NFTs, has revolutionized how art is bought, sold, authenticated, and experienced. Built on blockchain technology, NFTs offer immutable proof of ownership, digital scarcity and uniqueness, decentralized marketplaces, direct artist-to-collector engagement. Notable examples include Beeple's Everydays sold for $69 million, CryptoPunks and Bored Ape Yacht Club as cultural icons, platforms like OpenSea, Foundation, and Rarible. However, this new economy brings challenges: environmental concerns over blockchain energy use, market volatility and speculation, questions about longevity, curation, and artistic merit. NFTs have opened debates about value, commodification, and access in digital art ecosystems. Immersive technologies, AR, VR, XR, and the metaverse. Artists are now designing fully immersive, multisensory experiences using technologies like augmented reality, overlaying virtual elements onto real-world environments, e.g. Pokemon Go-style art apps. Virtual reality, VR, creating fully enclosed 3D environments such as VR museums or installations. Extended reality, XR, integrating real and virtual elements in real time. Metaverse art galleries, Decentraland, and spatial host 3D art exhibitions for global audiences. These technologies enable interactive, participatory art where audiences are not just viewers, but co-creators and explorers. The concept of presence is redefined. Art becomes a space one enters, manipulates, and inhabits. Bioart, eco-art, and post-human creativity. As boundaries between biology, environment, and technology blur, artists explore bioart where living organisms or genetic material become artistic media. Examples include Eduardo Kack's GFP Bunny Alba, a genetically modified glowing rabbit, Heather Dewey Hagborg's DNA portraits, living sculptures using fungi, algae, or bacteria. Eco-art similarly addresses environmental crises through sustainable, activist, and speculative practices. Artists highlight climate change, species extinction, ocean pollution, Anthropocene landscapes. This movement challenges anthropocentrism and expands creativity into interspecies collaboration and planetary thinking. Ethical, philosophical, and political considerations. With evolving technologies come complex ethical challenges: data privacy in AI-generated or surveillance art, copyright and ownership of algorithmic works, cultural appropriation in globally circulated digital art, mental health impacts of immersive tech and gamified realities, equity and inclusion in access to new tools. Philosophically, artists must now ask, is digital art more or less human? What is the role of emotion in machine-made work? Can technology truly emulate imagination, intuition, and cultural context? This section pushes students to engage in critical, speculative, and ethical design thinking as future contributors to global visual culture. The future artist, hybrid skills and multidisciplinary fluency. Tomorrow's artist is not just a painter or sculptor, but also a coder, designer, and animator, a researcher and data analyst, a social critic and community organizer, a narrative architect across realities, physical, digital, virtual, a collaborator across disciplines, science, tech, humanities. Art education now must embrace STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, mathematics, models to empower the next generation of creators.